Well, hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another of our Goddess Energy readings featuring the book Your Goddess Year by Sky Alexander, a week by week guide to invoking the divine feminine. So, yeah, happy Monday once again to all of you. I hope you are all doing splendidly. And yeah, let's get into our last goddess of November. So the Rhiannon video was very popular. A lot of people watched that one. So I am very glad about that. So now I'm super excited for this last one of this month because I have been looking forward to reading about her. So I don't read any of them um, before I start the videos. When I read them here, it is the first time that I'm reading them. So, yeah. So, mostly like through this book, it's the first time that I'm reading it. So, I think I had read it originally. I had started it and I read up until April. And so, um, up until then, I had like reread, but everything after April has been just me reading it for the first time here with all of you. So we're just about done. I'm super excited. I think there's probably maybe just the month of December. So let's finish out November. Okay. October extinguished itself in a rush of howling winds and driving rain, and November arrived, cold as frozen iron. J.K. Rowling, English author, Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix. November. At this cold, bleak time, we retreat into ourselves, embracing solitude, introspection, self reliance, fortitude, and the soul searching that accompanies a period of decline. Now, the goddesses of winter, Kali, Nephthys, Rhiannon, and Baba Yaga, guide us through fear into the promise of an afterlife. The deities you'll meet in this section share their stories of dark times and difficulties with you. If you're being tested or you must do battle with an aspect of your life, their experiences can help you confront with courage and determination the things that frighten you. Now, last but not least, Baba Yaga. I'm super excited. So let's read about Baba Yaga. So I also have a deck. I don't know if anyone watches my zodiac readings, but I have a deck that's called Goddesses, Gods, and Guardians. And Baba Yaga is in that deck as well. So very interesting. All right. The dates for inviting her November 27th through December 3rd. As the sun continues its descent into darkness, we recognize the Russian goddess Baba Yaga, who appears in folklore and fairy tales as a rather frightening character linked with death. Her home in the deep forest symbolizes the secret place where shamanic wisdom and hidden truths lie, waiting for us to bravely seek them out, as well as the isolation of winter when we metaphorically look within and face our fears of death. This week, we honor her and the annual seasons of endings, solitude, and decline that precede renewal. Her story. Like other winter goddesses, Baba Yaga is linked with darkness, decay, and death. And, like many such deities, she's depicted as an old woman. Russian folklore portrays Baba Yaga as a cruel and bloodthirsty hag who lives in the forest and dines on children. According to some stories, she lives in a hut perched on huge chicken legs and surrounded by a fence made of bones and skulls. Baba Yaga uses a unique form of transportation to get around the forest, a mortar and pestle. in which she grinds herbal medicines and the bones of her enemies. Interesting. So then I'm trying to think because there's a show. What show was it? Maybe The Witcher on Netflix. The Witcher on, yeah, I think The Witcher on Netflix had a Baba Yaga character. Season 3, maybe season 2 or 3. I don't know. Yeah, but I remember the cabin on the chicken legs, and I was like, "What is this?" But yeah, very interesting. Okay, so friends and foes. Folklore says Baba Yaga had two older sisters and three mounted horsemen who accompanied her and did her bidding. Swarms of shrieking spirits also followed her on her journeys, whipping up ferocious winds. Okay. Prior to the advent of Christianity, which demonized many powerful goddesses and female spirits, this frightening deity occupied a position of respect. The mortar and pestle in which she rides identifies her as a healer. Her ferocity symbolizes all that is wild and primal in nature. Old myths called her Mother Time, and said she knew the secrets of the other side. Baltic lore describes her as a wise elder who guards the waters of life and death. Like many winter goddesses, she represents the necessity of death and destruction before rebirth can occur. We see this idea in Slavic folk belief that a woman who ate the last grain from the harvest, known as the baba, would get would give birth when springtime came. Huh, interesting. Huh, very interesting. Okay. Like all of these things are just like going through my head all of a sudden, like all of this like recognition. I'm like, oh, okay, okay, yeah. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. So like today, the my daily chakra reading, it was talking about the ancient knowledge of the wise women awakens, like the affirmation is the ancient knowledge of the wise women awakens within me. And it's very interesting that that came out right now with Baba Yaga and all and how ancient her energy is. So just like all of her ancient knowledge, I'm just like feeling all of this stuff right now. I'm like, oh my gosh. Okay, reasons to invite her. Baba Yaga shows you how to confront the dark places inside you without flinching. If you're struggling with inner demons, she'll give you courage to stand up to your fears and to rout out obstacles that are interfering with your progress. During times of isolation or loneliness, Baba Yaga teaches the value of solitude in your search for wisdom. If you're experiencing a death, symbolic or physical, she'll guide you through the transition and share with you the secrets of life, death, and rebirth. You can also call upon this fearless and formidable goddess to provide protection in every area of your life. Okay, so think of how many times she has been depicted as coming to people who are alone, but when she is depicted, it's like in like the fear, it's in like the lower vibrational energy. Whereas if you were truly like if you were truly struggling and wanting to be brought out of it, I don't believe that she would show up in a low vibrational state. I don't believe that she would show up in the fear state. I do feel that she would still show up as an older woman, but as a guide more so than, like the witch, a witch burn her type energy. So this is so very interesting. So it's very interesting too, just the way that she, like this author, words it and how she is depicting it to us. So anyways, Okay, where to seek her? Baba Yaga's forest represents the unknown, the hidden parts of your psyche, and what Buddhist nun Prema Chodron calls the places that scare you. Walk in the woods and sense the power and mystery that exists there. Embrace the ancient wisdom of the old trees. So I feel like this is kind of the time that we are all in right now. A lot of us, there are parts of us that are shifting out of old energy and shifting into new energy. Like all of this is happening just like within the world on not only like, well, like on a very spiritual level, on a some conscious and unconscious level, but like globally, like we are all kind of shifting out of one way of being and stepping into a new. And I feel that right now we are all being guided to look at our fears and face them and walk through that dark forest within ourselves and look at them and realize that they're not all that scary and that we have control over all of those fears. So if you are feeling guided, then call Baba Yaga to walk with you. Yeah. Anyways, and I totally like old trees. I don't know. I love old trees. Like I connect with old trees so deeply. But anyways, okay. How to invite her. Call upon Baba Yaga to lend her fierce power to this herbal protection amulet. She'll help keep you and your home safe. You'll need dried basil leaves, dried oregano, dried rosemary, fennel seeds, garlic, fresh or powdered, a mortar and pestle, a black silk, cotton, or leather pouch, optional. 1. Put the herbs and garlic in the mortar and pestle and grind them into a powdery mix. 2. While you work, state a protection affirmation you've composed to Baba Yaga. For example, my home is protected by the goddess and I am safe and sound at all times and in all situations. 3. Envision yourself surrounded by a ball of pure white light. Then expand that ball to surround your home. 4. If you wish, you can add the herbal mixture to a soup or stew, but remember to save some for Baba Yaga. As you eat, sense the goddess's energy filling you with strength and courage. 5. Alternately, you can fill a black pouch with a teaspoon or so of the ground herbs that you've preserved or that you've reserved. Then hang the pouch on the inside of your front door or sprinkle the protection herbs on your doorstep to keep harm at bay. 6. Finally, offer the remaining herbal mixture to Baba Yaga. Take this to a wooded spot and pour it on the ground beneath a tree. Thank the goddess for her ongoing protection. So, that is how we connect with Baba Yaga. And here we are to December. So, wow. So, yeah, Baba Yaga. And I am so super excited to, yeah, like, I'm so glad that I was able to read and find out something new, learn something new with Baba Yaga. So I absolutely love it. That is the ancient wisdom awakening in all of us at this time when we like most need it. So if you are feeling guided to reach out to Baba Yaga, then absolutely do that. So I hope you all learned something new. I hope you found some information that resonates with you. If you did, please remember to hit that thumbs up and share this video with anyone else who may need to connect with her energy. Otherwise, I love you all so very much and I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the next one.